Good evening. Good evening. If you're in the UK, it's 8:30. If you're somewhere else on this planet, it could be in the morning, afternoon, or night. Whenever it is, welcome. So, like always, I would like to see who's here, and if you like, you can type in your name and then say hi. Yeah. I don't know whether you've been to this live streaming before. Yeah, I like to I like to imagine it's a gathering, but sadly it's only me talking. I can't hear you, can't see you, but I can visualize. I can visualize that I've been sending the signals, the energy through the camera, through your screen. Hey, Natasha. Good evening. Hi, Sue. Welcome. Welcome. Hey, Amanda. Are you in bed? It's a little weird because this screen is the other way around, and I still haven't figured out how to switch it, change it. But you don't know. Um, I guess this is fine. So today, well, maybe we just start. At the moment, it's not that many people, but who knows? Is hey, oh, thank you. Yes, yes. You know what? So Sue, this live streaming for is will happen at least 24 times a year, so twice a month. They all fall on the solar terms because we follow the the Chinese calendar is not only follow the sun nor the moon. This combination of sun and moon in the calculation under the calculation. Hey Sally, hey, welcome. Um, this been calculated 1,500 years ago by this gentleman, and apparently his calculation is not only combine the sun and moon, and is the how what is it? The accuracy, is that a word? The accuracy is a 50 seconds difference to that's nowadays you can measure with all this fancy equipment. But he calculated everything 1,500 years ago using bamboo sticks, and now we still follow. So this solar terms today is called Dà Hán. Dà Hán literally means major cold. It means the sun. I mean, the solar term is the last solar term of the year. We might feel like it is still dark outside and still feeling cold. Sometimes we got threatened to still have a little bit of maybe there will be snow on the way, but it is the time that we start to get ready because spring is coming back. You may start notice. I really start to notice that the day is slightly longer now, little by little. So that's quite exciting. That is since winter solstice, the sun's moving back towards us. Yeah, the day is a bit longer now. So today we will start today's practice with a little bit tapping. I think you've heard of the tapping the technique before, maybe, or it just you might have done it without knowing. Sometimes you feel, hey, daffodils are starting to appear. Wow, that's cool. That's great to know. Uh, um, So we will start tapping. It doesn't matter where you're sitting, you're lying down, and it doesn't matter whether you have your screen or camera on or have your screen open. You can just start listening to me, and my voice will start to slow and will be start to tune in, guide you into this relaxation, but which is if you practice with me before, it's they have this certain patterns, but you don't have to worry about whether you followed everything. Sometimes you feel like, did just fall asleep? I can't remember what happened. Don't worry. Sometimes our mind, our senses, it will pass our brain, our consciousness, our judgment. It's very interesting. There was experiment done. I was watching a documentary, but I should have write down the name and the time and the type of the all the details make me appear more professional. But I can tell you the story behind this. So this gentleman got injured during hunting, so he couldn't see, but it's only damaged the connection between his eye and the only damaged part is the signal connecting your eyes and the processing to the brain. But his eyes doesn't have problems, so he can still see without noticing what he's seeing. And yeah, this is quite a fascinating documentary. If you keep coming, I would try to find that, and you will find how magical our body is. Actually, I think it is not exactly only just the body. In the way we use the words, we separate our mind and body, but we're never separated. It's a miracle. Life is miracle. Life is part of the nature, and they have its ups and downs. They have the literally ups and downs. You can move, and you have the sensations you feel, and also emotionally you experience highs and lows. But that's part of nature. I think when we gather together, we share this space, share the time together, is to create this sense that you're not alone. It doesn't matter whether it's experience. When it's shared, your happiness is happiness doubled. And when you share the burden in half. So that's why I like to invite you. And whenever you have a chance to join me, follow the sun, follow the solar terms, and we gather together every other week. And yeah, dive in, tap into a miracle world. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Shall we? Are we ready? You have a little bit of shake, fluff about, and decide where you want to do it, how you want to do it today. You can set yourself on the sofa or in bed already. You can light a candle and place a little very tiny, quiet background music. Because I deliberately didn't choose any background music. I leave that to you. Either you want to um, do with or without music, or just the sound of bird. My alarm in the morning is a bird singing. I find it's very cool. Um, yes, so get yourself ready. Um, you can wrap yourself up already, but not just tuck your arms and the shoulders under the cushion just yet. Yeah, because we're going to use our hands. You can be sitting, you can be lying. Before we follow the sound of my voice, we start to do some physical tapping. Yeah. If you tap, you you go to certain classes, then they start with a bit tapping. And today I'm not going to tell you all these meridians and all this fancy philosophy behind it. It's just very common sense things that are associated with certain part of the body, mainly around our face. Yeah. When we tap, you just use the pad of your fingers, very soft tapping, and you can give a little bit more pressure just to the point that you feel very comfortable. Yeah, you don't need to pinch or hit. Yeah, yeah. Just like someone very lovingly touching you. Okay, so the first we start with our hands, so you can start to tap your hand, bottom of your hands, or you can get to the two hands like a little soft fist, just hit each other. And so you can have a little wiggle when you're doing that. Shift the shoulders, feel around your spine. And breathe out. Yeah, have a little tapping. And now, so you find you're almost like the tapping of the hands. Draw your attention to the hands now. You go, hands. The crown, top of the head. Top of the head. Tap the top of the head because it's these areas are associated with clarity, insight. You know, sometimes we have a light bulb moment, and you imagine you have the bright light shining through the top of the crown. Yeah, tapping here to help you to clear mental fog. And sometimes bring more clarity. Very soft top. And then you can cover a lot of areas. Explore. Yeah. And now, from the top of the crown, come down to around the eyebrows. Yeah. A little tap. The eyebrows is usually associated with anxiety and fear. Sometimes a bit worry. You know, sometimes we see people have the quite deep set wrinkle between the eyebrows. We frown voluntarily without us noticing. So let's try with this gentle, loving tapping, ease the fear, the anxiety that promote calm. Yeah, that's good. And now very logically, they come to the side of your eyes. You can get closer to the eyes and then move the rounds to the temples, up and back. And now they're very soft now. It's almost like you're afraid of waking or break the eggshell. Yeah. So this area is usually associated with anger, frustration. You know, sometimes you feel a bit frustrated, is that your temples feel really tight or like you've been pushed out. Yes, soften, releasing all that tension. Release the tension. And bring a little more balance into whatever has been presented to you. And now follow around the eyes, come to under the eyes now. under the eyes. Again, very soft. This is usually this area associated with stress and tension. Sometimes after reading a lot or staring at the screen, if you press this either side of the bridge of the nose, to release the tension there. Sometimes you feel a little bit overwhelmed. Just very gentle tapping under the eyes, and then use your knuckles of the index finger. Give the side of the eyes, so the inner corner of your eyes, between the inner corner of the eyes and the bridge of the nose. Give a little pressure. Yeah. Good. And now use just one hand. You can use just one hand now. Tap just under the nose. Usually this area is it's quite interesting. This area, hopefully I'm not covering my mouth, you can still hear me, right? So this area associated with shame and guilt. Very interesting. So we judge ourselves or worry that we're being judged for things we may or may not control. That's unnecessary. So hopefully you feel less guilty. Give a little pat. There's more self-acceptance. We don't need to expect or wait for other people to accept us. We do that ourselves. And now we're all accepting ourselves. Now we move to under the mouth. This area, interestingly, connected, usually associated with sadness. Sadness and depression. So it's not, I just suddenly realized, sometimes we try to cheer someone up or say, chin up. Yeah, lift the feeling of sadness. Good. And now we carry on, follow from the chin down to the collarbone. So here you can hear the sound of the collarbone. And your fingers touching is more physical than when you touch other places. But here you can give a little bit more pressure. Slightly stronger than when you touching under the eyes. They're very soft areas. So the collarbone area is associated with physical pain and discomfort. It's not to say that you have discomfort or pain here. It is when you have discomfort in the body, this area will tense up. So the collarbone, the area, when we give them a little attention, it will help reduce the physical pain, discomfort, and also help to promote healing. All healing is starting with us accepting, relaxing, no matter how hard. We start to ease the worrying, the healing start. And now, so use your hands, use your heart center. So the chest, the center of the chest, have a little rub. You can be still and rubbing, just the hands moving round or up and down, or you can have a little like fluff about, shift a little, very tiny movement. If you want to have a big old stretch, feel free to do so. And then eventually, let your body settle completely. I mean completely settle. Completely. Yeah. Yeah. Like you start to melt into the position. Melt into wherever you're sitting or lying. Melt and blend into the environment that you are in now. You're in a safe place, I have no doubt. And for the coming half an hour or so, we're going to dive deep. Not to explore, not to try to find anything, but to be curious with the idea of doing nothing. The only thing I will ask you to do is to do nothing. Can we do that? Now let's begin. Take a big inhale. Long exhale. You can do one more. Why not? Inhale. Let the body expand. Let the air come in, fill you up. And then exhale completely. And breathe out completely. Good. Now you're all set. Take a moment. Allow your body be still. And notice your body is still right now. Notice, or with your mind eye, try to observe that your body from the outside, almost like you can see your body from the outside. Notice your body in the space, in this space. What I mean is, even with your eyes closed, I'm sure you know your environment, the place you're in. If you're in your bedroom or your living room, you know vaguely, at least, roughly the distance from your body to the ceiling, and your body to the one closest object apart from the things you're sitting on or lying on. So let's say your table, your body to your table, and maybe you have your feet on the ground. And maybe you're lying down so your feet are up, very comfortable, so you're not bearing any weight on your feet. Notice your distance from the body to the wall, any wall that you can imagine around you. And your body to the door or to the window So imagine, visualize your body in this safe space. Feel the connection and feel you're in it. Your body physically there, settled completely. Take an inhale and start to notice the sensation of the breath. With your next exhale, feel the whole body soften and open, like start to expand. Next inhale, feel the air touching the nostrils. You can almost visualize the air coming in, feel and sense the air touching the inside of you. On an exhale, again, the sense of expanding. The expansion continues when we breathe out. The whole body feels lighter with each exhale. And continue this breath. No need to control the rhythm. Do what the body likes to do. No judgment. If you want to have a big expansive breath, do it. If you just want a soft, relaxing breath, do that too. There's no way you can do it wrong. Take this short moment, pay 100% your attention to the sensation of your own breathing. No rush, your own rhythm. Take a few breaths. And then start to notice your mind is attracted by the sounds around you. Just a short moment ago, while I direct you to settle into your breaths, my mind was drifting away to the sound of the bell. The bells ringing from the cathedral. What about you? What can you hear right now? Maybe your room is very quiet. The only thing you can hear is a buzzing from your device, where you can hear my voice, or the pipe. Sometimes it's the heater. You hear the water flowing through the pipes. Or maybe it's the tick-tock from the clock. Be curious. Big part of the practice is to train become the seer, the observer. The practice is to unlearn the rules, the judgment we've been collecting growing up. Unlearn the judgment and unlearn the so-called right reaction. Everything you do, everything you feel, every thought is accepted. Notice your breath, the sensation of the breath. And now, after exploring the sound around you, invite yourself back to the sound of your breath. You may find you make some sound, because most of the time is our sound of breathing. It's so subtle, like it's not there. Be curious. The sound of breathing. Inhale and exhale. Good. Take a short moment to be with your breath, and then start to collect all your consciousness. Now, for we're going to rotate our consciousness throughout the body now. Experience the whole body. Remember the idea of be the observer, be the seer. And now we're here to feel. So there's no need to do anything or move. Every part of a body, one part of a body being named, simply move your attention there to feel the part of the body. Let's start. Give a go, see what happens. Start with your right hand thumb. Feel the right hand thumb and index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Feel the palm, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm. Feel the right shoulder now, armpit, side of the body, right upper leg, knee, lower leg, right ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and the fifth. The entire right side of the body completely relaxed now, resting deeply. And then we carry on to the left side of the body, starting with the left hand thumb. Draw your attention to feel the left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, left shoulder, armpit, side of the body, up, left upper leg, knee, lower leg, for the calf, the shin, left ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and the fifth. The entire left side of the body completely relaxed now. Resting comfortably. Now the back side of the body is touching your mat, your bed, your sofa, your chair are supporting you. Let's start from the right buttock, left buttock, tailbone, base of the spine, the whole sacrum, the whole lower back, along the spine, up, mid-back, and upper back, to the right shoulder blades, left shoulder blades, center of the shoulder blades. Relax and flatten the shoulder blades now, and carry on the back of the neck, back of the head, top of the crown, the entire back side of the body is touching, relaxing, melting completely. Then we carry on to the front of the body, start from the forehead, and right temple, left temple, let go the irritation, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, center of the eyebrows. So let go of the worries. Right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheekbone, left cheekbone, bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, right nostril, left nostril, upper lip, lower lip, chin, jaws, front of the neck, side of the neck, right collarbone, left collarbone, right chest, left chest, center of the chest, upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, right hip, left hip, pelvic bone, pelvic floor, the front side of the body. Feel the freedom, open to your vulnerability, because you know you're safe, because you are safe. Now the whole body together, the head, the torso together, the arms, the legs together, the shoulders, the hips together, the hands, the feet together, the fingers, the toes together, the whole body together, the entire body. Feel the entire body, the whole body awareness. Feel the whole body. Take a big inhale. And when you breathe out, the feet sense of warm energy traveling through from the top of the crown, through the body, down to the tip of the toes. Take another big inhale. And on the exhale, again, this warm energy traveling through the top of the crown, down through the body, out with the tip of the toes. And one more time, take a big inhale. On an exhale, again, this warm energy starting from the top of the crown, traveling through the body, out to the tip of the toes. The whole body completely melting out. I feel so heavy. The body is so heavy, yet at the same time you feel weightless. Like the gravity been taken away, but you don't need to carry the weight anymore. The warm energy is strong, supporting strongly, yet at the same time soft, allowing. strong support, supporting you gently. You feel contented. With joy. You feel the joy. Yet at the same time, deep peace. The whole practice, when we're practicing, what are we practicing? We're practicing doing nothing. Wu Wei. Wu Wei. Do nothing. Not passively, negatively. Accepting. Wu Wei means the Tao is already there. No need to manipulate, no need to adapt, no need to change, judge. You're already here, now. All is needed is allow your own rhythm of breathing return, or rather, notice the rhythm of your own breathing. In fact, it's not returning because it's never left. The breath is the one thing always with us. The breath is the language we learn to speak to the body. This we being the seer. So now notice your next inhale. Count 12. Exhale 12. Inhale 11. Exhale 11. Inhale 10. Exhale 10. So your rhythm and mine could be very different. So trust to follow your own rhythm. No rush. Like this, count down. Notice each and every breath. Count down from 12 to 0. Sometimes we got distracted, we lost the track. Don't worry, let's start from 12 again. For it's not a race. We're not rushing to get to 0. Because even when we get to 0, we start from 12 again. So you know the deal. Observing the breath and count down from 12 to 0 and again. Stay with the breath. You are here now.长亭外，古道边，芳草碧连天。晚风拂柳笛声残，夕阳山外山。天之涯，地之角，知交半零落。一壶浊酒尽余欢，今宵别梦寒。续千里，酒一杯，声声离笛催。问君此去几时还？来时莫徘徊。天之涯，地之角，知交半零落。问君此去几时还？来时莫徘徊。Good. No matter where you've been with your imagination, no matter where you are on your 12 to 0 counting in this journey, gently invite yourself back into the room. With each breath, notice your connection with the surroundings, your distance from your body to the ceiling, your body to the next object, from the body to the wall, to the window, to the door, your back, where you are physically. And in a moment, you're going to start to gently wriggle the fingers and the toes. You may notice after the practice, this certain part of the body feel a little stiffness. So very softly wake that part up. No rush, no force. So no rush. Only when you're ready, blink open the eyes. So today's practice is closed with the song called Songbie. Yeah, Songbie is a Chinese song. It's actually the lyrics is written in 1925, so a century ago. The Songbie is a directly translate or literally translates will be like farewell. So I think today Dà Hán, the major code, this solar term as the last solar term of this solar cycle. We have 15 days for the beginning of the spring. Yeah. So for this time, it's still, yeah, this year is quite warm, isn't it? It's quite mild, but this time it's not. I don't really agree with the January beginnery or resolution. Go to the gym and do a lot of exercise, trying to fix yourself, or there's nothing wrong with a lot of motivation to start fresh. But following the season, following the nature, the 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 spring, the beginning of this solar year is not arrived yet. So if you, like me, to feel a little bit tired, exhausted, don't try to push yourself. Yeah, now is the time when we actually slowly warm up. Yeah, have a lot of get more nutrition, more rest if you have the chance. Look after yourself, and so you bring the store the energy, and at our next time when we meet again, it will be the beginning of spring. Our next session will be on the 4th of February, which is on a Wednesday. It falls on a Wednesday, which is my regular physical in-person class. So in my in-person class, I will going to bring some little food and drink for celebration, because for the beginning of spring, that's the time we have spring rolls. You know, if you go to the Chinese restaurants and any Chinese restaurants and outside China, you probably see spring rolls all year round. But in China, as at least the family at home, you only eat spring rolls pretty much on the once a year at the beginning of spring. Not like this forbidden, but that's the day you eat spring rolls. So thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. Hope you had very nice, deep relaxation, and we'll hope to see you again soon. Thank you for your practice. Thank you, everyone. So I will see you. Hopefully, you have enjoyed the rest of the day. Uh, thank you, all. And maybe it's time for bed, or maybe if you are still doing, you have any other plans, do it very slowly. Yeah, no rush. Yeah. Okay. See you later. Bye.